Hello YouTube, it is Championdjk coming at you again with another video, and we are going to do another 10 Car Tuesday episode today. And this one's going to be kind of interesting because we're going to do Kyosho. I've never done a Kyosho 10 Car Tuesday. I pretty much have enough cars to do two of them. They're all going to be Lamborghinis. If you missed it, I did do an unboxing video where I unveiled all of these cars. I think that was about a month or two ago. So if you want to go back and check that out, I think it's just under my premium or import diecast playlist. I think you should be able to find it on there. But this, we're going to actually get these cars opened up. They're still sealed. The box isn't sealed anymore, but the packaging is still intact and sealed. So we are going to go ahead and we're going to open them up, unscrew them from the base, and we got 10 cars to do that for. So let's get cracking here. All right, so I'm guessing that the glue on this is going to be too, and it's not. Pretty easy to get out. Here is your Lamborghini Miura P400 SV in this pretty wild color green. I'm going to go ahead and unscrew it from the base. Kyoshos are traditionally very easy to unscrew from the base because they only have one screw. Holy crap, that's actually a really long screw. Normally they're not that long. That's got to like reach all the way up to the top of the car. So that is a little crazy. I'm going to try to keep this packaging organized here because I do store all these packages just in case I do want to repackage them up. I store all the boxes. So this isn't the best looking version I've ever had of this. It looks okay. There's something a little weird about the wheel arches. They're not quite smooth. They kind of like have like, you know, they're not like a nice circle. They look a little weird, but it looks pretty good. Kind of an odd color combo. You got the gold with this bright green. It's pretty cool. All right, so there's that one, and then I've got that in one more color here. I'll set these up in an order that will be easy to do this with. And we got one in red and gold. Same casting. Go ahead and try to open it without destroying this packaging too much. There it is, red and gold. Let's go ahead and unscrew it from the base. Again, super long screw. I don't know. I think I like the green color better. I have one that's blue and gold, and that one's definitely, I think, in my opinion anyway, better looking than these two. But these are definitely both pretty cool. Again, with that wheel arch there, it just looks a little like jagged. So I don't know what's going on with that. These all are going to sport plastic bases, by the way. All this Kyosho stuff has plastic bases. You will see a little paint defect on these as well. Some of them, what they call, I guess, paint rash. I don't know what exactly causes that. Most of these cars, it's barely noticeable at all. But it is there, and hopefully it doesn't get worse over time. Hopefully it just is what it is. These cars came out, like, when was it? Shoot, you know, I should have looked it up before doing this video, but they came out quite a while ago. 2004. So they're old. I mean, so whatever damage has been done to the paint, I think has already been done. But there it is. So there's the first casting we're going to look at, is the Miura. Then the next one we'll look at is the Miura Yoda SVR. And I've got that one here in red. Go ahead and open that one up. Get off the base. Let's pull the screw out. Much shorter screw on this one. That's a really cool looking one. So I've got it in red, and let's kind of take a look around that one. Oh, by the way, the other color that the first Miura was available in is yellow. I don't have it. And then the color we're going to be missing from this one is going to be blue. I don't have that one either. just putting this box back together here. Sorry about that. And looking for the other one. But yeah, so this is a pretty cool casting. This is basically like a souped up version of the Miura. It's got big, fat, wide tires in the back. Look really cool. The cool thing about Kyosho, and the reason why I really like them, is because they do a lot of cars that I like. You know, Tomica Limited Vintage is a bit better in quality, all that good stuff. There's cars that are made right now that are probably better quality than the Kyoshos, but Kyosho's tooling catalog is quite vast, and they do a lot of really cool cars that I'm into. Mainly like these European like supercar kind of things. So there it is in black. That's car number 4. Yeah, I definitely like it better in black, I think, than the red. Definitely a mean look for this car. That is really sweet. So you can see how the paint is a little rough right here and on the hood. And that's kind of, unfortunately, fairly common with some Kyoshos. I don't know how these things were stored for the time being. When I got the case, it was basically a sealed case, but yeah, you can see some roughness in this, in the paint, in the clear coat. You could fix it with sandpaper, like wet sanding it and then polishing it and all that stuff, but I am definitely not going to go through the trouble of doing that. These cars will still photograph well, all that cool stuff. They're still going to look great. I mean, unless you get really up close to them or have them under a camera with really good lighting like this, they're up close, you'd never ever notice. All right. The next one we're going to do is the Diablo, and I've got 3 colors of the Diablo. So we're starting with the black one. This one's just coming out already. Go ahead and unscrew it from the base. Wow. This one's got a long screw as well. That looks really awesome in black. So I've got all 3 colors for this one to look at. Really cool. Such a wild design for a car. It looks so great. Lens detail on the back there for the taillights. There's a look at the base real quick here. And again, this one's got a bit of roughness in the paint as well. And if you're looking at a particular angle like I'm showing it right now, it looks the worst it looks. Like I said, from afar and stuff like that, you'd barely be able to notice it ever. So it's not a huge deal. It's not ideal, but it's not too major of a deal to me. All right, I'm just opening up the yellow one here. This one I actually already had in my collection, but I'm going to take a look at there's paint rash on this one, compare it to the one I already have, and then probably keep the one that's the better one and sell off the other one. So you can see the roughness there. This casting rolls really well, which is interesting. Let's get the other color out real quick, the red one. Most of the time, Kyoshos do not come sealed like this. Like the newer ones do not come sealed. And then here is the red one. Very cool. So yeah, the reason why I'm doing this now is I finally got some room in a case for these things to be displayed, so that's where they're going to end up. And this one too, of course, suffers from that same roughness in the paint. I'm not sure what causes it. A lot of people have speculated that it's like humidity and stuff like that. I don't think it is. I think the issues, and obviously it's not from people touching them or anything like that. These things were sealed up in a case. My guess is what it actually is just some problem with the paint manufacturing process. And I don't know if they clear coat these or what they do, but it could be some sort of reaction between whatever they clear them with over the color of the paint, or some sort of reaction with when the metal was cast, that there was some sort of chemical or something left behind on the metal. It wasn't cleaned properly, and then it was painted over, and then that caused eventually had to escape through the paint as it was drying. And I don't know, that's my guess. I have no clue what it actually is. And you can read Diecast forums about that, and they talk about this, and they also talk about zinc pest, which I don't think these have zinc pest. I think it's just the paint defect. But I don't know what causes it, and there's a lot of different speculation out there as far as what does cause it. It's really hard to get really any sort of straight answer as to what exactly the problem is. But it's got to be something in the manufacturing process, because, I mean, it's obviously not, you know, I mean, it's definitely possible to have cars last. I mean, look at old red lines and stuff like that still have pretty good paint that's in good shape, or older Matchbox and stuff like that, where the cars are much older than these, and the paint is still in good shape. All right, now the Lamborghini Murcielago in green. This is another one that I already had in my collection, but again, I'm going to look for the better one and keep the better one. This is a really cool casting. This casting is has actually got a lot of weight to it too, which for Kyosho, having a plastic base isn't necessarily the norm. This one's got a little bit of that clear coat area problem. I think that's what it is. It's something with the gloss coat over the top or something like that. I don't know how these things exactly are manufactured, so I can't comment on it like super accurately. But that is a cool looking Lambo. I was never really a fan of the Murcielago until recently. Now I really like it. I always thought the shape of it was kind of weird, but alright, here's another one. This one's really cool. So this one's in yellow, but it's a kind of an interesting yellow color. It's got some metal flake to it. The other thing I noticed too is, like, it seems like the cars that have some metal flake paint tend to are the least likely to have the paint rash thing. This one still does have it a little bit on the roof. So the other thing that's weird about it too is it seems to pop up in spots where there's a lot of surface area for paint. Like, you don't seem to get it like on little areas where there's not a lot of area of the paint. So like the sides of the cars and stuff like that typically don't get it as much as you'll see it on like this, where there's a big surface area for it. So I don't know why that is, but this car looks awesome. Those lens details back there, lens details up front. That is a cool diecast model. And then lastly, we get it in orange. Let's go ahead and open that one here off camera. There it is, orange. Remove it from the base. Again, it's kind of a metallic color. And yep, see, it's got a little bit of that roughness right there on the roof. The rest of the car looks fine. It's just kind of weird. I don't know. Someone else has more information other than what you can search on Google, let me know, because I have done some pretty extensive searching on Google and read a bunch of stuff about it and still can't get a general consensus as to what exactly causes it or what it is. So, and I should mention Hot Customs did a video on how to fix it. He had it, unfortunately, he had the problem with a Tomica Limited Vintage vehicle, or 2 of them that he had. Should be very disappointed to find out that those have issues with paint because of the expense of those cars. You know, I was pretty lucky. I got this case of cars for really cheap, or I guess relatively cheap, so the per car price was cheap in comparison to what they normally go for. So I can't complain too much, but it just kind of stinks that there are any issues, of course, to be honest. But like I said, these will still display well. These still will display well. It will still be a nice part of my Kyosho collection, and I'm happy to have them. All right, so that's going to be it for this 10-car Tuesday episode. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Thank you very much for watching this. Please check out the other 10-car Tuesday episodes, as they are all in a playlist, and you can check them all out and hopefully enjoy it. Let me know what your favorite casting was. Mine actually is probably this Murcielago. I think it's pretty awesome. Other than that, the Diablo is definitely a second choice for me, and out of the 3 colors, probably the black one looks the coolest. Looks real mean. And then we're going to go with that guy, and then lastly we'll do the mirror. Yeah, kind of cool, but those colors aren't the greatest for it, I don't think, in my opinion. Alright, so let me know what you guys think down in the comments down below. Thank you very much again for watching, and have yourself a good day.